Well, here we are again with another fine Saturday night. It's getting late. I got up and I did a bunch of things. I made my bed. See, I made my bed right there, and I did a bit of cleaning, but not very much, just a little bit. And then I went out and bought some whiskey, followed by 5 weeks of laundry, and all my clothes are clean now. And then I went out for a bite to eat. And after that, I got a few grocery items, and I still have some money left over. I had enough money to get another bottle of whiskey, and I still have enough money to go out on a date tomorrow night. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I have here yet another bottle. Now, the marketers of some of these um, brands of whiskey or some of these distillers are quite shrewd. What they do is they get a whole bunch of different expressions, different flavors, different finishings, just slight differences in the whiskey, and they market them so that you've got 5 or 6 on the shelf, and then you think, oh, I got to try them all. So they end up selling 5 or 6 bottles of whiskey compared to somebody else who only makes one or two, um, one or two expressions. So they'll sell 5 or 6 bottles for to people like me who want to try them all. Well, nevertheless, it's always fun trying new things and trying variations on familiar themes. And here we have a Glenfiddich, but it's a yeah, it's a 14-year-old Glenfiddich, and it says here rich oak. So it's a rich oak 14-year Glenfiddich. Now, there's a whole bunch of fine print, and it's all in brass or gold. And brass and gold is hard to read because there's no contrast in the dark. So let's have a look and see. Well, you know what? You know what I'm going to do first? Before I read all that, I'm going to pour. I'm going to pour first before I read all that crap. So there it is, and there it is, rich oak. I'm going to pour it so that it sits in the glass for a little while. Give it a little time to settle down or whatever it's going to do. And I'll read all that blurb, all that marketing while it sits. Oh, that's very light. Comes open very easily. It's a loose cork. Well, the seal had not been tampered with. Okay, let's get an initial nose. I've not had anything to drink yet, so. Yeah. That's right, let it open up a little bit. Now, while it does a bit of opening up, maybe I'll put this on top of it. I'll put the cap on there, because I don't have one of those fancy coins, but this will work. Get the vapors and aromas to concentrate. Okay, the Glenfiddich Distillery single malt Scotch whisky distilled, matured, and bottled in the valley of the Deer, where the distillery has stood since 1887. And the same thing in French, rich oak. Down here it says matured for 14 years, then delicately finished in new American and new Spanish oak to create a complex harmony of lively fruit flavors and rich new oak. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Well, it's 750 mils, and it's 40% alcohol by volume. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in the back here too. This is going to take a few minutes to read. William Grant, our founder, fulfilled a lifelong ambition on Christmas Day, 1887, when the first drop of spirit flowed from the stills of the Glenfiddich distillery. Over 125 years later, his pioneering spirit has ensured Glenfiddich is now the world's most awarded single malt. Today, Brian Kinsman, our malt master, combines tradition with a unique innovation, delicately finishing our whiskey in new American and new Spanish casks for up to 12 weeks. Alive with flavor, this new oak allows our aged whiskey to take on just the right amount of extra flavors: creamy vanilla and soft toffee, aromatic spice, robust oak, and deep fruit, creating an exceptionally rich and complex single malt. And then the same thing in French. And find out more about Glenfiddich range and history, please visit our website www.glenfiddich.com. Skillfully crafted, enjoy responsibly. William Grant and Sons Limited. Okay. Of course, it's product of Scotland, and there's nothing left in here. So, if you like Glenfiddich, this should be just a little extra. It's a little darker than the standard Glenfiddich, but the standard Glenfiddich will come in a green bottle. But you can already see that there may be some coloring in this too, because it does have an orange tint. So I don't know if the orange tint is from coloring. Probably some of it is. Yeah, let's get rid of these because I can't see. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm getting definitely more oak than usual. Ah, vanilla. Vanilla, toffee, pears, plums. Spilled some on my shirt. Yeah. Vanilla, plums, pears, toffee. I'm getting some orange out of that. Maybe a bit of spice. Not sure. Wait a moment. Try again. Some cinnamon. But definitely a lot of vanilla. Vanilla, toffee, caramel. Lots more than in the regular Glenfiddich. Is there a note of something like chicory? Caraway seed, perhaps? Minor little bit of sherry. But it's covered over with caramel and toffee, vanilla. Let's try it. Spicy, peppery. A little bit of salt and pepper. Definitely pepper. Plums. Fruits like orange, plum, grapefruit. There's a tingling on the tip of the tongue, and on the center of the tongue, it's a spicy tingling. It's like pepper. I'm getting a rich plum note on the sides of the tongue, sides of the mouth. It coats a lot. Interesting. Very interesting. That new oak, both the bit of bitterness, yeah, bitterness probably coming from the Spanish oak. Interesting. Some tannins and Lord's more flavor than the standard 12-year-old Glenfiddich, but this is a 14. Oh, a higher ABV would be really nice with this. If it had the ABV of the 15, and the 15's bottled at something like 53%. Oh, that would be glorious. But I guess they want to sell more bottles, so they'll cater to the lowest common denominator, and they get more out of it if they bottle it at 40 because they water it down. What did I pay for this? Rich oak 14-year-old. Oh, not bad actually. When you consider a lot of things from a lot of distilleries of this caliber would probably cost about $100. Glenfiddich has always got a reasonable price to it. And it's a quality product. Rich oak, 14-year-old, 750 mils, $64.99. That's the price. With the tax, it's almost $10 more, $74.74. And that is what the Glenfiddich Rich Oak costs at my local government liquor store. Quite an intriguing little dram. Oh, it would just be so much better with some more ABV. Even make it 46%. Oh, that would be glorious. But at 40, it's a little bit lacking. However, the flavor profile is all there. All the flavors are in there. I would just like a little more alcohol to carry the flavors over more efficiently. Ah. If you like your Scotch to be well oaked, this is the place to go. It's like a Deanston Virgin Oak kind of thing where they finish it in Virgin Oak. But it's the combination of Spanish and American oak that makes it very interesting. They could actually turn around and make two different versions, one that's finished in Spanish oak and one that's finished in... Oh, they've probably had that idea already. They probably tried the two and said, well, maybe if we mix the two, we'll get a better result than the two separate. This stuff is nice. Toffees, caramel, spice, fruit, plums. I don't know how much, maybe a bit of pears and some citrus mixed in there with the plum. That's a lovely little dram. Too bad it wasn't bottled at a higher ABV. That would just, well, a higher ABV would probably cost more, but then it would be just a little better. However, as it is, it's not bad for people who are not initiated to Scotch whiskey. And if you've tried this standard 12-year-old Glenfiddich and the 12-year-old Glenlivet, and you've had some 12-year-old Cardew, or you've had some Highland Park 12, or you've started with things like that. This is maybe another step on towards things that are stronger and meaner. If you're kind of scared of going for 43 or 46% at first, this is gentle enough, but it has an extra little a little hook to it, and that's the extra finishing in the fresh oak. Well, it's nice. One more. Yeah, I could sure get used to this, but give it a higher ABV. Anyways, here's to your health, Slancha.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.